Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Diggle's Diamonds podcast. As always, I am joined by uh, my good friend David Bentley. I'm losing smart aleck ways to say co-host, Dave. I got to work on that. I really need to brainstorm, and by that I mean ask ChatGPT for synonyms. But we'll figure it out. But as always, joined by David Bentley. David, if you would take a bow
Thanks for coming out.
and
Happy to
join.
be here.
Yeah, you're just happy to be inside. Let's be real.
It's cold out there, folks. Long tournaments in April in the north.
Yeah. And then joining us this week, a 2026 infielder from Triad High School down in Southern Illinois. He's headed to the University of Illinois Springfield, is Carter Gaskill.
What's going on,
And
everybody?
yep, hello. And also joining us this week is 2027. I don't want to put a position on him. He's kind of a man of many talents right now. He can play a little infield, can play a little outfield, can jump on the mound and run up to 89. Uh, Eli Michanicou from Dunlap High School. So, welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Bentley, you have been one of Triad's biggest supporters north of the wall this year. So
Yeah.
I will turn you loose with Mr. Gaskill and let you ask away.
First of all, Carter, every episode we call it the banger baseball name of the week. So, in other words, a baseball name that just sounds cool, like you would one day want to see on a baseball card. And I think your name has got to be in the top tier. When you have a last name like Gaskill, I mean, you know, it just makes sense to play ball and, pitch a little bit. Your squad Triad is 13-3 and
14-3 now.
14-3, excuse me. And Diggle's right. I have been a fan for a while. But let's start with we'll get to the team in a second. Let's talk about your own personal journey on this. Can you tell us a little bit about your recruiting experience and why you chose to go with U of I Springfield and Coach Rodriguez?
Yeah, it's a good question. Man, it started off pretty slow. Like, I mean, I've been a good consistent ball player. I mean, I've just been a little small, but like my my triad season's never been highly looked at until last year. I was junior on JV to start, and halfway through the season, I was called up to varsity to play against Highland, and I went 3 for 3. And then, I mean, the rest of the season, I was just banging. I think I ended the season at 420, I think. Helped us go to state, whatnot. And throughout that time, Diego from Scout Connect, he was just putting me out there a ton. And Coach Rodriguez had just really gotten a hold of all my videos and all that. And when we went to state, he was at the Cary Grove game, our third place game, and he
Mhm.
was there, saw me play, and saw me play against St. Lawrence game before. I just wasn't aware of it, but yeah, and so I played throughout the summer, went to a camp for Diego at UIS, and I mean, the coaching staff's just great. Like, I mean, I don't have a single complaint about any of them. Just really smooth baseball program. I mean, they're doing amazing this year. So, I mean, yeah, I got out there, one of my few offers, and I was just blown away by the aroma and all that was going on around there. So, I mean, I was just like, this is the perfect spot for me.
Yeah, and you're right about Diego not only being a supporter of you, but of Triad, and with good reason. In fact, as of like 10 minutes ago, I got an email from him with his updated top 20.
Yeah.
And I think he sort of does it for Central Illinois and Southern Illinois mostly.
Yeah.
Like he'll creep a little bit north of Peoria, but he's got you guys at number 2 after Normal Community, which I
Yeah.
think we'd all agree, Diggle and I at least, that Normal Community to me is, I don't know if there's a better team out there. So that's a lot of kudos and well deserved, and that's where I was going to go next. I mean, talk to us about I mean, I'd love to go like one at a time because your lineup is so deep, but tell me specifically about Keegan Sipe, 6 homers, 22 RBIs. How good is this dude going to Xavier, I believe?
I mean, he's just an absolute beast. You're not gonna find many like him that's just got his pure size and athleticism. He's a great ball player. I mean, he knows the game stupid well, none like I've ever played with before. And he obviously went 5 home runs in 5 straight games to start off the
Yep.
season. So I mean, he just does it more and just way better. Puts in tons of work. Him and his brother Cannon, who's also going
Yeah.
to John Wood, I think it is. So I mean, they put in tons of work, and Keegan just definitely got in front of the right eyes and showed out like he always does.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's what he's doing this year. Like you said, get in front of the right eyes. He's pretty much in front of all of our eyes now.
Yeah.
I know he committed earlier, but it's showing for all of us to see. What can you tell us about another dude? And like I said, I could go through your whole lineup. I don't. Nolan Keller, Nathan Clucker, Augie Bugger, and I assume that's the
Easy, easy, easy. Slow it down there, champ. All right.
that's the I'm assuming that's the coach's kid, Augie.
Yes.
Um, but Carter, tell us about Braxton Yates. I got this dude, my numbers crunched to a on base percentage of almost 700 with 22 runs and 13 steals. How fast is this dude, and how often? I mean, he's on base all day.
Insane. I mean, it's been an ongoing trend of just him getting on base. You can just rely on that kid 24/7. I mean, he's got tons of hit by pitches too, which is another thing that we laugh at him for because we say everybody doesn't like him and they just want to put him on base, but they probably don't want to do that. His dad actually has the stolen base record at Triad, and that's his goal is to try to beat that right now. So I
Oh,
mean,
that's awesome.
him getting on
That
base
is
all the
great.
time is just another help for him. But yeah.
Nice.
I'll
Now now Carter, not to sell, not to sell your accomplishment shorts either. You turned on the juice a little bit this week too, I believe. What, 3 home
Yeah.
runs?
Yep.
Nice. What were you seeing the ball like this week?
I mean, I think I was just seeing it against Highland. Highland's always been it's that rivalry and
I
all
was
the
gonna say
competition.
you're gonna go down in the history of that rivalry as like the one dude that just couldn't get out.
Yeah, last year too. I mean, that's who I started against for the first time, and it's just every competitive bone in my body just immediately comes out as soon as Highland's on our schedule. So yeah, and I mean, it was just perfect conditions both days, and we were just playing our butts off as a team, just going hard at it. So just happened to turn out that I was putting some over the fence finally.
Nice.
I mean, you had 3 home runs by Tuesday, didn't you? That's
Yeah,
that's a nice
I
nice
had one
start to the
Monday, two
week.
Tuesday. Yeah.
That's yeah, you're seeing the beach ball there early this week. That's what, Diggle and I are always looking, who should we try to have on the show? And usually Diggle will wait till Thursday and be like, what do you think? And I feel like Diggle, you texted me Wednesday and you said, hey, you see any early week guys standing out? I'm like, well, Gaskill has 3 homers as of 2 games, and that was like Wednesday morning. So um,
Yeah.
we're thrilled to have you on.
And
Um,
Eli made it easy by that point too, because he did a walk off on Monday and then just
yep.
decided to shut down the relieving role on Wednesday. So the guests were not hard to find this week.
Yeah, and you're all over the news in Peoria area, Eli. So congrats on that
Thank you.
swing in your season as well. One more question for you, Carter, because I know you guys got close last year. What's it gonna take, Carter, for Triad to bring home that state title this year? What's gonna have to happen differently compared to last year in order for you to get over the hump there?
Yeah. For sure. That's definitely our main focus because we obviously last year we had Hayden Bernruder on the team and Drew Winslow, OSU commit, and I mean those guys were just the top of the line guys that we could have asked for. And this year we definitely fell short without them. But I mean our batting is just it's still through the roof. We're just such a consistent batting team. Our pitching, we have really good arms. I think we just need to figure out how to balance those to make sure that our like approaches and our outings on the mound are just as good as possible. We just need to figure out that perfect point of where we can just use everybody exactly how they needed to be used. Because we don't have like last year, we don't have our Drew Winslow or Hayden Burner, like I said, like that kind of ace. I mean, Nolan Keller's the closest thing we have to it, but after that, we just gotta start chopping at it with our really consistent, good, like mid eight, high eight arms. So
Yeah, I think, as the season goes on, your teams that are going to go deep in the playoffs tend to find, especially with the pitching staff, their role. Like you might have one guy that's just been clutch in the save situations, and then he sort of just wears that role the rest of the season. Now you got your save guy. Maybe you got a middle relief guy that early in the season starts to show, hey, I can handle coming out of the pen in the fourth inning. Somebody gets in some trouble, I'll give you 2 good innings, turn it over to the closer. And so that's kind of what I was thinking too, just from afar looking at your squad. If your staff can figure out their roles and execute their roles, bullpen wise, starter wise, all together, I think you guys have a real good shot because your offense is so potent and the lineup is just hard to get through as a pitcher.
for
Like you
sure.
get through, Braxton, then you got you, Keegan, and the other guys I mentioned, Keller, Clucker, Bugger. So I think you guys got a real shot, and yeah, real great ball club, great year last year, and I think it could be just as good this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Diggle, you got anything else for Mr.
That's all I got. That's all I got. Carter, we appreciate you joining us, man. Thanks so much, and best of luck
Thank
to you down the
you.
road.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I do have one more thing. I think I sold Cannon a little off. He's going to Jeffco, not John Wood.
Oh yeah, that's a
I
big
had to make
difference.
sure I had to make sure I had
Big
my info
difference.
right.
There is a difference.
Big
Yep.
difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. I was thinking about it and I was like, John Wood, Jeffco. It's definitely Jeffco. So yeah,
Yeah.
thought I'd have that
Okay.
on there before he sees this and he gets mad at me for it.
Good call. You covered yourself. You're
Yep.
welcome to stay on, Carter, and listen to Eli, and we're going to talk about a few other guys afterwards. So
Perfect.
whatever you need
Whatever
to
you
do,
want to do, man.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Well, Mr. Michanicou, now we turn to you.
All right.
Talk a little bit about the week you had, man. You walk it off on Monday in a 2-1 ball game, and then
Yeah.
Wednesday jump on the bump in relief and go 3 innings, 1 hit, 5 Ks, 86 to 89 on the fastball. What's you've always been a two-way guy, but I feel like sometimes you see kids like, hey, the pitching has taken a jump and the bat's still the same, or the bat's taken a jump and the arm hasn't quite caught up yet. But like, I feel like you're evolving pretty rapidly at both, man. What's been the secret here?
Just had a ton of time in the off season, just kind of just improve my craft in both. Like I had every day, every single week, just opportunities to get better. So
What's if you had to credit one thing on each side, what's been the biggest key to your improvement hitting and pitching?
I was at DC home base in the off season with David Kalis. Really fixed up my bat path. That was kind of my struggle last year, bat path and everything. And then pitching, more just like taking care of my arm. I got on arm care program with Casey Holland in the off season, and I'm still doing it, mobility and stuff. But just my arm is way healthier, so I can throw with more intent more often. It's kind of helping my velo game too.
Very nice, very nice. Do you have a preference as far as like which one you prefer?
No, I don't really prefer either. Like they're both fun. They're like I get up to do both of them. So
Okay,
like
something you could see yourself pursuing. Like even if a college came to you and said, "Hey, man, we want you to be a two-way guy," would that be
yeah,
something?
definitely.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Talk a little bit about the squad, man. This was, as we were talking to people about the season preview, and people around the state, the guys at PBR, Diego at Scout Connect, some of the local guys here, it was, weren't as many familiar names in the Dunlap lineup anymore. Like
Yeah,
obviously had Ryder and you that had been up since they were freshmen. But man, like you guys were not missing, but you had a lot of turnover, and everybody just kind of like, well, we got to see what these kids do. And lo and behold, we're what, 14-3 now?
Yeah, 14 to
So
3.
yeah, and 4-0 in the league. Is that right? 4-0 in the Middle Illini.
Yeah. Yep.
So I mean, you guys have picked right up. What's been the biggest key, despite losing so much senior leadership the last 2 years?
I think the biggest key is our pitching, obviously. Like we just haven't given up a lot of runs, so it's kind of giving our bats time to like just figure out what's going to work for us offensively. And then like preseason, we were kind of like we were talking about it. We thought we were going to be flying under the radar a little bit, like, and then like preseason rankings came out, and we were like people think we're legit still. So kind of just writing that out, and yeah, our pitching just been huge, and our bats are starting to get hot. So
All right, Mr. Bentley, you got anything?
Yeah, kind of along those lines, Eli, you know, your Eagles have not lost since March 23rd. Um, do you think Dunlap has any weakness in the team and, as defense, offense, pitching? Because I'm not seeing it.
yeah, I mean, we like our common thing we're saying right now is we're like nowhere near as good as we're going to be by the end of the season. Like that's kind of the approach we're taking to it. There's like little things like some rundowns we've like botched a little bit, but it hasn't like bit us yet. But there's just little things that we gotta fix if we want to do what we think we can at the end of the season, the postseason.
How
Nice.
huge has it been for you guys to have a healthy Truman Tyra back in the lineup and able to contribute?
It's huge. Like we really missed that last year. Watching him fly around the outfield and laying out and stuff, and then he's raking at the plate right now. So it's been huge. He's a big leader for us too. So
I was going to say, being a senior, and two, quarterback,
yeah,
that kind of brings that leadership already, and plus playing
yeah,
a kind of a focus position like center field, that's huge.
yeah.
Very nice, very nice. What talk a little about playing alongside Ryder Renette. What do you see out of Ryder?
And he's so talented. Like he's been in the weight room a lot, but he's still got he can still fill out a bunch. I mean, his approach has been really good. Like coming off a good freshman year like that, he's still about getting better every day, and he's been huge for us. He was our best hitter for the first 3 weeks, 100%. Like he was just leading the way. So it's really cool to see.
Nice. Talk a little about your summer squad. That Wow Factor 17U squad with Cash Van Houten and you and Evan Daxenbickler and Hunter Long, Keaton Ariano, Jaden Burridge. I mean, what's it like to run around with a talented team like that?
I mean, it's super fun. Like we know we can beat any travel team in the country. Like there's some rankings that come out that we're top 20 in the nation. Like it's super cool. And then also it's like coming to high school ball and playing all of them. It's like kind of stinks facing them, but then you're like, all right, they're on my team in a couple months. So
It was always funny when we started doing travel ball here in the Peoria area, like back in 05, 06. All the coaches, the high school coaches, were pissed. They were like, these kids are going to be too buddy to want to compete against each other. Like they're going to give
yeah,
it up. And I'm like, hell no, they want those dugout bragging rights, man. So when it
yeah,
comes down to it, they're like, hey, we
yeah,
whipped your ass this summer or this spring.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's so I got to like I know you guys. I think you go to Geneseo this week, don't you?
yeah, yeah. We go
For
there on
makeup, yeah.
Thursday. Yeah,
You'll like that ballpark. You've been up there?
yeah. We watched I think Washington Superstars game there
Oh,
last
that's right. Yeah. That's Stone Ballpark is a really. If you haven't seen
year.
it, folks, the Geneseo Maple Leafs probably have one of the nicest, like, smaller ballparks in the state, but it is really nice. Highly recommend that one. So, well, that's all I got, Mr. Bentley. You got anything else?
Yeah, one more sort of on your pitching staff, and I know Eli, you're a big part of it. But one guy that's really been rolling is Mr. Lippens, Carter Lippens. What can you tell us about what he's bringing to the squad and his arsenal and how much him? I mean, he threw a no hitter, so how
Yeah,
much is that really helping lead your staff?
yeah. He's huge. I mean, like his talent, like his pitch mix and stuff, is special. But he's a super confident kid, so that kind of like sets the tone for us. Kind of fitting that he's our Monday guy, just setting the tone right away. Yeah, he's been huge.
How you feel going into this week against East Peoria?
I feel pretty good. It's gonna be fun. We
Yeah.
always have some good games with them, so
There's a part of me that hates being under the lights, especially when the weather's
yeah,
like this. Like it
yeah,
could be really cold at East Side tomorrow night,
yeah,
but then it's supposed to be like 85 when you guys host on Wednesday. So
yeah.
bring all your gear out of the closet this week, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yep.
But well, hey man, I'll be there. I know Mr. Solaris is making the trip up from
Oh yeah.
Edwardsville to see tomorrow night's game. So it should be fun, man. We'll see you at Eastside Center at 7.
Yep.
So, well, boys, that's all we've got for you. Like we said, you're welcome to hang out. You're welcome to stick around. But we're going to talk about some other guys that showed out this week and go from there. So, Mr. Bentley, I'll let you lead us off here.
Yeah, thanks, gentlemen, for coming on, Carter and Eli. The first guy I'm going to talk about is a dude that you can. It's sort of like when Michael Jordan used to get MVP every year, and then in '93, Charles Barkley had a really good year, and they gave him the MVP. When I think a lot of us would argue that was still Jordan's, but he was so good that you start to just assume, well, that's just Jordan. He's just the greatest. So since Barkley had a really great year, he should get the MVP and let somebody else have it. Well, I got to talk about Caden Wisniewski because, yeah, he's the number one player in his class. He's going to LSU, but the week he had is just special. And so I try not to gloss over some of the Tristan Stager kind of guys for St. Lawrence because they do it all the time. But McHenry on Monday versus Crystal Lake South, he pitches a shutout, 6 innings, allows 2 hits, and then hits a home run on offense. I mean, that's special. And we
Pretty
know
good.
he's a two-way, and we'll see what happens in college. But so on Wednesday, McHenry played 3 games this week. Wednesday, he doesn't pitch. So he hits a home run, a double, and 5 RBIs. Saturday, again, he doesn't pitch. He hits a home run, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs, 615 batting average on the week, 3 homers, 11 ribeyes, 7 runs scored. That's getting after it. And, normally I would kind of look deeper away from that top 5, PBR ranking, but I had to bring some attention to Caden Wisniewski out of McHenry.
We've got a lot of dudes like that this week. The elite of the elite kind of showed out this week in Illinois. It was kind of the week that the guys who were the talk of the town over the winter, and this was just like, hey, we're here still. Here we go. Like this is what we do.
And Tristan Steger for St. Lawrence is a prime example. I think he hit 4 homers this week with like 14 ribeyes.
Yeah.
But again, it's like we come to expect it. So, I'm going to do my best to not just move past those numbers and find somebody else because we got to give the love where the love is.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I want to talk a little bit about a guy by the name of also from St. Larry's. The TCU commit goes 8 innings, gets a win, strikes out 18, threw 119 pitches. I don't know what the circumstances were there. I don't know how he went over 105. I could have been a bookkeeping error. I don't know. But I think when you and I traded text messages, you were like, I wonder if the guys at TCU were just calling, going, please don't.
Yeah, and first, let's say it was phenomenal what he did.
Oh,
He
that's
pitched
incredible. Yeah.
8 innings, and I believe it was about 48 degrees that day.
Yeah.
And strikes out 18. But man, is it early in the season to be going 8 innings with 118 chucks.
Now, to be fair,
Tough, man.
Yeah. So all the Chicago area schools, particularly the Catholic schools, are in the midst of the Do It Stevie's Way tournament, which
Yep.
honors a young man that I had the privilege to meet way back in the day by the name of Stevie Baginski, who played at Mount Carmel. Sadly passed away because of he had a heart defect and had several, I think 2 or 3 open heart surgeries, and passed away after complications from the third one back in 2009. It's a great tournament. It's for a great cause. I think the world of Stevie's dad, Mark. Um, he and I just missed connecting today. Otherwise, he was going to come on tonight as well to talk about the tourney. But yeah, man, that's trust me. Catholic school bragging rights in Chicago are no joke. Like that's a big deal. But man, I wouldn't want to, I wouldn't want to put a future at risk for it.
Yeah. Like you said, you get in the moment of the game and it, I don't know. I can't really judge, but I kind of am judging.
Yeah. But yeah, and like I said, it could be as simple as it was a bookkeeping error, like somebody, whatever, who knows. But it's just we see this every year. Like there's somebody does too much too soon. And unfortunately it's not just the high school level. You and I traded text messages last night. There was a 10-year-old here in Peoria that threw 102 pitches yesterday when it was, 48 all day.
So cold.
And I
I'm
think
I'm still like thawing out from
I honestly think I looked at the kid's box score. I think he walked 11 and they just kept running him out there for 102 pitches.
See, now I feel like we can pound our fist a little bit easier without trepidation on a 10-year-old.
He's 10. Like, what are we even doing?
It's just horrible.
A 10-year-old should never approach 102 pitches, period.
It's horrible. It's despicable. There's a lot of words that come to mind.
I wish I could show, because there's a bunch of us that follow that stuff. Just when people bring it to our attention, and I wish these youth coaches could see how badly guys that train professional baseball players, guys that scout professional baseball players, guys that coach professional baseball players or at the college level, how much they get mocked for that. And I'm just it's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like I said, no 10-year-old should ever approach that. And if that's, they're 10, every kid in that lineup should pitch on a weekend, because who knows, they might be a pitcher when they get to high school. I'm sure Carter and Eli both know kids who were either, great hitters when they were little and now they're standout pitchers, or vice versa. Eli, who's a kid that you know of right now is still playing ball in Peoria that was like a better hitter than they were a pitcher, or vice versa?
I say it again.
So, like, think of a kid right now who, like, when you were like 10, was just ripping the cover off the ball, and now he's a great pitcher.
Isaac Babs.
Yeah.
Babs?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Carter, you got anybody down there?
Shoot, not really. I think they all, mostly if they were POs, they weren't hitting much as a kid anyway.
Yeah. And that's the benefit of being a little bigger area, kind of the suburbs of St. Louis.
Unless you want to talk about Grayson Yank. Maybe Grayson Yank.
Okay. All right, we'll buy that. All right. What else you got, Mr. Bentley?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go from Caden Wisniewski, ranked number 1, to someone that maybe not everybody out there has heard of, and that's Chase Coons out of Sycamore. And this game I found interesting because, I'll just kind of go through it and explain. So Sycamore rolled up Rochelle 15-1 on Monday. Both schools decent squads. Neither are great, but you got to highlight Chase Coons here, who had 5 hits, 5 for 5, 2 home runs, a triple, 5 RBIs, 4 runs scored. I mean, that is swinging it well. And in that same game,
in the words of Gary Sullivan, hub-a-dub-bub.
yes, in that game, a guy you know, Diggs, I believe, Jackson McDonald, pitcher, I think works with Cowton possibly, remote maybe. Okay,
Yeah.
so he's pitching. He gives up 1 hit. It's a home run to my banger baseball name of the week, Brody Bruns. It's got a hell of a ring to it. And Brody's a first baseman, left-handed pitcher out of Rochelle, who's a good player. They've only played 6 games because Rochelle has been in the path of all these tornadoes and storms we've had the last 2 weeks. But I think he's got 20-something plate appearances. He's hitting over 500 with 2 bombs. And I also had to highlight the fact that Rochelle's mascot is the Hubs.
The Hubs. Gotta love it.
So kind of a weirdly highlighted game, but a lot of cool action. And of course, I had to lead into my banger baseball name of the week. But Carter Gaskill, you're also in that conversation for baseball name of the week as well.
Nice. Yeah, that was impressive. And our thoughts, by the way, are with everybody really up and down the state.
A lot of tornadoes.
Yeah, who got hit by severe weather this week. I know it got pretty sporty on this side. I really expected to see more damage when I ventured out Saturday morning because it was bad. And I know it was bad over Bloomington Way too. And talking to some of my friends up north there, west I-39 and like Oregon and Stillman Valley and all that, it was pretty nasty. So glad we seem to have come through that with no fatalities, and wish everybody the best as they get back on their feet. So if any baseball players lost stuff in that and you need help replacing things, please do not hesitate to reach out. We'll put the word out and see if we can't get the baseball community here in Illinois to pitch in. I'll put the email address right here across the screen so you can reach out to us and let us know. Want to go next, Mr. Bentley, down to it's still central Illinois, just a little south of us, down to good old Decatur area, where we had Mount Zion taking on Effingham this week, and 2 of the top 2027s down this way. Mount Zion right-hander Connor Fox and Effingham left-hander Carter Brady going at it. Fox and the Braves come out with a 3-2 win on Monday. I didn't see the Wednesday result. Fox, 88, touched 89 twice, went 5 innings, gave up 2 earned, 6 Ks, 1 walk. Brady, the lefty, goes 6 innings, gives up 2 earned, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks. He was 84 to 86. Man, that's just ball games like that are fun to watch. You get a low score and it's do or die. You don't get that much in high school or really any amateur baseball these days. So that had to be a blast to see.
I think that was a definite one of the games of the week.
Oh yeah,
sure.
100%.
And we do our best to cover Southern Illinois, and but yeah, I'm glad you pointed that one out. That pitching matchup was outstanding.
Yeah. Eli, tell us a little bit about Connor Fox. What do you see out of him? I get the sense that he and you are really similar ball players.
Yeah, he's filthy, man. On the mound, he's gross. Like, I've only faced him once, and yeah, he's disgusting. But I feel like his bat's also pretty underrated. Like,
yeah,
he swings it well.
Talk a little bit about his arm slot. Do you hear, like, when you guys are on the road in the summer, do you hear a lot of guys going, I can't pick it up? Like, it just comes out so quick. Yeah,
some of the swings of other teams that we're playing when he's fishing, just like I can't even like it makes sense because of his arm slot. Yeah,
very cool, man.
It's good for him from second base too. That's where he plays a lot for us. So
okay, nice, very nice. Well, very cool, man. Mr. Bentley, I've turned the floor back over to you.
I'm kicking it right back to you. I got no more highlight ball players. I will chime back in, however, when we get to Score Center and highlight a few more ball players with some scores. In fact, you want me to just do that now, and then
Yeah,
we'll
jump in, man. Yeah.
All right. So Score Center, Maine South beats Mount Carmel. Definitely an upset, but Maine South is still legit. 19-17. Barn burner. The Hawks, Evan Adamczewski, the Northern Illinois Husky commit, 2 homers, 4 ribeyes, gets hit twice, scores 4 runs. I like to see that kind of stat line. You hit me, I retaliate with a home run, and we just keep doing the cycle over and over.
This is
Back
going to
to you.
keep happening.
Yeah, I sent it back to you. That's all I got from that one.
You and I texted a little earlier in the week about a young man by the name of Jack.
Love this kid. Love this kid's arm.
Remind me which high school he's at.
He's at LT Lyons Township.
That's it. Yeah, I wanted to say Lamont. I knew that wasn't it, so I didn't want to say it. Yeah. Man, up to 96. It's a real. I was thinking about this the other day. It is really interesting in the short span of time. Like it was maybe, but not much. Like 2017, 2018, where D1 Baseball, in its partnership with PBR, established the hot sheet for guys who were 96 or better. And so Dave Seifert, who's the normal resident, who's D1 Baseball's national cross checker, anytime he saw somebody 96 or better, they went on the sheet. And we've come so far in less than a decade now where Illinois baseball has its own heat sheet. And Slidham is now at the top of that sheet, tied with Normal Communities, Gavin Swartz, both of them at 96. Chase Rhodes, friend of the pod, right behind him at 95. I mean, we're still 2 months from that really truly warm weather where you start to see some truly big numbers pop, especially with postseason adrenaline. Like, if you told me we had 3 guys 97 or better at the end of the year, I wouldn't be surprised a bit.
The only thing I can think of that was close last year was one guy, and we're still hearing about him breaking records in college at Mississippi State. And that's Jack Bauer, who I got to see in late April at Andrew High School. And the scout I was standing next to, it was cold that day, man. It was like 30.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
He was only around 98. only 98. But that was wild. But like you said, that was one dude. Now we're seeing like 4 already in the freezing cold.
And I think if you add Rhodes, who PBR has to see it for it to go on their heat sheet, which is fine, but like we know, the pro guys have already told us that Rhodes was 95. I think that's 12 arms in the state that are 93 or better right now.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Well, because you got Connor McKay. There's another one.
Yep.
89 to
Northern
93.
Illinois commit.
Yeah, huge week for NIU. That is by the way, this is coming up on the best class in NIU history.
I think for sure.
But the numbers, they'll have, I think McKay gives them 5 top 50 recruits for the first time in school history, which obviously PBR has only been around for 25 years, so we can't cover there were no rankings in the 60s, 70s, 80s, etc. But still, that's pretty damn good.
It's great. It's really great. We've had Joe Kelch, the recruiting coordinator, on. We talked about what Copeland brings to the table. What a job they've done picking Illinois apart with recruiting, and that's what they need to do. That's what Coach Kelch told us is we're focused right here in the land of Lincoln. Because I asked him, how far are you going to span out? And he's like, we'll do what we can, but right here in Illinois is where they want to live with their recruiting. So
that it's a credit to cope. Don't get me wrong, Ryan Copeland, he was a great assistant coach. It was pretty obvious he was going to be a great head coach, and that's borne out. But man, he did, and I'm biased when I say this because I've known both young men since they were freaking not toddlers, but in elementary school. His two assistants, Joe Kelch and Calvin Peacock, both from right here in the Peoria area, just get after it. They're great with kids. They're young guys. They still look like they could play a ball game today if they needed to. Both played D1 ball, so they know what these kids are about and what they're trying. They understand the process they're going through. It's just man, it's really going well there right now.
Yep. You got another baller you want to highlight?
I do. This one, I've been sitting on this one for quite some time now. I was sworn to high level secrecy by Matt Plummer at East Peoria since I'm in the building. Kind of interesting. I would say midwinter. Dalton Oakman, our starting for 2 years starting quarterback and 3-time state qualifying wrestler, I believe, is how many times Dalton went state in wrestling. Came to him and said, "Hey, I haven't played baseball since 8th grade, but I'd like to give it a try." And it has worked out ridiculously well. Um, he has very quickly become EP's number 2 starter. Went out last week, made his first middle line start, and came out with 13 Ks and a 12-2 win. At one point, this dude had struck out 35 and walked 1. It's gone up a little since then just because of the first start, but not much. He just relentlessly pounds the zone. The fastball's got a little run to it in the low 80s. The curveball is an absolute weapon. It can be thrown for a strike. It can be buried for a wipeout. And Dalton just competes. And that's, you would assume that given especially the wrestling background. If you're a state qualifier 3 times in wrestling, you're built a little different. So it's been really cool to see. In talking with him last week, he's committed to Monmouth College for football. Wants to keep playing football. He still wants to be a quarterback. So we'll see. If he ends up doing both at Monmouth and making Alan Paterni a happy man.
Yep, Jimmy Herget did it from your high school and Eli's. Jimmy Herget played football and baseball only 1 year, and I think he quit football after freshman year and then just played baseball because when I got there, he was my teammate and he was just baseball only. And I don't know how. And Jimmy was a smart dude. He got good grades. I feel like you have to be one of those guys who pays attention in class, which I could never call myself a master of, because when do you have time to study when you're playing 2 sports and 2 college sports and going to college?
Yeah,
it's good to have some fun.
So it's knowing how much time like the single sport guys devote to it. I honestly can't envision what a 2-sport college athlete schedule looks like.
And I don't want to take anything away from like a Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
But I have to wonder, how tough was his curriculum at Auburn? Because I would assume, I never asked Jimmy Herget this, but I would assume he got overwhelmed and was like, I got to just cut this down. And his body may have been getting beat up too.
And if you recall, Monmouth football was not great at that point.
No, they weren't.
they I showed up to watch the Russell boys one Saturday, and the coach looked at me. He goes, "Hey, you got any eligibility?" Yeah. He's like, "You want to come here next year?"
Can you put on a uniform now?
Yeah. I was like, this is weird. I don't know.
This is weird. I came here to drink beer.
That's exactly right. Oh man. What else you got, boss?
I'll stick with the score center. Score center for 300, Alex. Edwardsville takes two from O'Fallon, the sweep. Two rivals down your way, Gaskill. In game one, Miller Dunhill holds O'Fallon to a single run. Carter, did you face that guy?
No, we got oh, I can't think of his name. We got I would assume it's O'Fallon's ace.
Sherrod or
Yeah.
Sherrado's little brother, Nick?
No,
Is it?
that's
No.
Edwardsville.
That's
That's
Edwardsville.
Sorry, yeah.
from O'Fallon we got
Stoffel? Is it Owen Stoffel?
that's there too. He just committed a S&T.
Oh, did he?
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
nice. Breaking news. That boy, Carter Gaskill.
They're yeah, they're one we faced their one and then yeah, that was a good tough team. I'm surprised that they got swept by Eversville for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Carter, take us through this. Here's my question. Everybody, and to be clear, uh, Coach Funkhauser told me at the start of the year, he goes, "We're going to be young, a little down," and yet, aren't like I have a hard time believing a team whose number one is headed to TCU is down. You know what I mean? Like, is it really that different? I don't want you to start a holy war down in Southern Illinois, but like, are they a little off this year?
I mean, they definitely lost some key components with Joe Schroeder from
Yeah,
who's going to Alabama. He left. I mean, their team last year, like their studs were still pretty young, like Hunter Ball going to Lindenwood, like those guys are all still studs. I think it was just more of the leadership role of probably Joe that kind of left their team, and it probably left them in a little bit of like a just a predicament of like a leadership role because I mean they're all really good. So I mean,
yeah,
unless they all came together and can figure it out, I don't know really what's happening. But I mean, that team has so much talent. For them to be down a year just after last year being so good still, I mean, it
yeah,
would surprise me to see if Funkhauser
yeah.
imagined that.
I was a little shocked when he said it. It looks like it a little bit, but it's
Yeah,
not that much. Um, it's interesting you talk about the senior leadership aspect because sometimes though there's that special kid that as he goes, the team goes, and when you lose that, there's usually not one kid that can replace it. It's got to come from a bunch of people, and it's hard to get any people these days on the same page. But
yeah,
teenagers with all their different pursuits and whatnot, that can be really hard to get everybody on the same page.
for
So,
sure.
And with Joe, we are talking about an Alabama player.
oh
I
yeah,
mean, we're talking about a legit dude here. So,
we
it's
shorted him by the way. He was also up to 96 last year, so it was him and Bauer.
yeah.
Yep.
I was just going to
So,
finish out that series again. In game two of that series at Edwardsville, also won. Sutton Lease had 4 hits, 5 RBIs for the Tigers. So that's swinging it well against a good O'Fallon team.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I will bring it home with the Brimfield Elmwood Indians establishing themselves once again as one of the better 2A teams, although they should really be a 1A team. I'll stand on this forever. I for those that don't know, the Brimfield Elmwood, that is a co-op, and as such, here in Illinois, we add up your uh, combined enrollments to place you in the sports division. So they play in 2A. Traditionally, at Brimfield, which would be a 1A school without the co op, there have not been a lot of Elmwood kids as part of the co op. Some years they don't have any kids from Elmwood as part of the team. And so for them to be as good as they've been in 2A is pretty impressive, but I would think they would probably have a 1A state title by now, if appropriately placed in the division. But here nor there, I'll get off my soapbox. It was strikeout week in Brimfield. First up, Senior right-hander Sean Crow does a little relief work. Normally he's a starter, but he comes out of the pen this one. 6 batters faced and 6 sent down via K for a light 2 innings of work. And I think he needed, if memory serves, 22 pitches to do that maybe. So just buzzsaw dudes. And then the other big strikeout news, Illinois State recruit Caden Shotzik goes and strikes out 14 with just 1 walk in a win over, I believe that was over Kiwani, maybe. Memory forgets me right now. But anyway, yeah, they were mowing them down out in Burnfield this week.
And the Shotzik box score surprises no one because he is legit.
I think he was
Eli,
91 the other night.
Eli, have you faced Caden Shotzik before?
No, I
When he's on
haven't.
the mound?
I have not.
What about when he's at the bat and you're pitching?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's a big boy. Big
Yeah,
dude.
I've seen him at the yard a couple times. He's huge.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that Dunlap and Brimfield don't play, considering they're basically right next door to each other.
I think we might be trying to schedule him sometime this year right now. So.
Yep.
Back in your day, Diggs, you guys played a lot because you were the same size school almost.
Well, and still shouldn't have been. I mean, back then it was Dunlap only had 525 kids back when I was there, but it was Brimfield, I think, was around 250. So even then, not necessarily the most fair thing ever, but
yeah,
it is what it is. So, the only thing I've got is to talk about the big week that Illinois baseball had in the MLB ranks, Mr. Bentley. You got anything else?
Yeah, let me get one more shout out in.
Do it up
before we head to the big show, and that's to St. Rita. The Mustangs are 9-0 in April. They're 11-2 on the young season. They just threw a combined no-hitter against Oak Lawn on Wednesday. They're led in the staff by Sullivan Kazee, consideration for baseball banger name of the week.
My favorite part about that kid is he goes by Sully.
He goes by Sully, and he throws cheese. He's a Southeastern JUCO commit up there in the Quad Cities, I believe.
No, Burlington.
Burlington, excuse me. He is 4-0 on the year, 1.8 ERA, 35 Ks, and a 1.03 whip. So he's throwing in the strike zone, folks. And then with the Lumber, St. Rita is led by senior catcher Colin Quinn, the Heartland commit. He's hitting over 500. And junior shortstop Ryan Jones, who's swinging it at 475 right now. Good ball.
Nice. Yeah, that's legit. And that's, both those guys, Quinn and Cuzzy, those were guys we talked about in the unsigned senior episode. And
we did.
I think Quinn had just committed that week. Like we recorded it and then he committed.
Yeah.
And then
it
Sully,
was like days after or days before we had the episode.
And then Sully was like 3 days later, 3 days after the episode. Yeah, I mean those dudes can play. They probably shouldn't have been uncommitted that long.
Sully, I had talked to Sully before we talked about him on the episode, and he was between 3 schools, and I don't feel like it's my place to say which 3, but his was a decision delay. It wasn't a lack of offers, which is pretty standard for a good ball player.
Yeah, and a smart kid.
Yeah. So he was weighing his options, and he took his time, which is good. It's a big decision, even though he's going for only 2 years. Still, you want to make the right call.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Is it Sam Antonacci time?
It is. It is. The White Sox had a good week for promoting former IHSA standouts as they promote left-hander Noah Schultz from Oswego East and Sam Antonacci from Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin. I don't know Schultz only by reputation and video, but he was pretty impressive today, only giving up 1 hit and striking out 6, I think, in 5 innings. Former Vanderbilt commit, really funky arm slot, very Chris Sale-esque. He's could be good for a long time if his health holds up.
He has the Chris Sale height too, doesn't
Oh
he?
yeah,
Isn't he about
6'10". Yeah,
Yeah, he's a huge dude.
yeah. He's not small.
He's more like Randy Johnson
Yeah, it's
than
Randy
Sale's
Johnson.
like 6'6". Yeah.
Yeah, if you go watch some of his PBR video from his senior year, the slider he throws from that arm slot is just gross, and
It
it's
does some weird things like a wiffle ball.
oh yeah, it needs a turd signal, and you can probably measure the angle of its break with a protractor because it's just that sharp. But so yeah, good for them on that front. But the fun one, Sam Antonacci, the JUCO Bandits strike one again as the former Heartland shortstop. Gets the call from the White Sox after being a fifth-round pick out of Coastal Carolina 2 years ago. Really cool to see Sam get to this point. He was one of those COVID kids back during the summer of 2020 when he was coming out or as a junior and kind of blowing up. Um, Nobody was at these games. Like I watched him, and there was oh man, Drew Ezard from Jacksonville, and that Outlaws team had like Josh Hyder, who's at SIU Edwardsville, Bo Durbin, who's at Lamar, Travis Lutz, who's at Lamar now, and Sam was just head and tails above them. I mean, it was really noticeable, and to see how he handled the process and really kind of controlled it himself, from his recruiting, how he set up his visits, what he did on his visits. This was a kid with a plan. Like this is a check mark for Sam. This is not like a dream come true. This is like, all right, the next phase of the plan's complete.
Yeah,
So
I think the World Baseball Classic for Italy was his proving ground. He was already moving up quick
yeah,
in the Sox minors, but he showed out on the world stage.
yeah,
Italy as a team showed out, and he was really leading that charge on defense, using his brain. Remember
yeah.
that
The
he
deep,
made the
yeah,
geek, and then hitting bombs.
yeah,
So yeah, it's cool to have a kid, Central Illinois roots there, making it
yep,
to the show.
absolutely, absolutely. So, well, Carter, Eli, we thank you for hanging out with us, guys. You guys are the first two to provide extended commentary, so that worked out really well. Loved having you guys chime in, man.
Thank
Yeah,
Yeah,
you.
thanks for
very
having me.
helpful.
Yeah, great job, like pumping up your teammates. That's well done by both of you. That's a sign of big things to come. So well done. So,
Thank you.
Mr. Bentley, I got nothing else.
Until next time,
Yep,
Carter and Eli, thanks again.
and we'll see you folks next week.
Yep.
So.